Previously on Space Cadets.
All right, gang. OK. You are about to become the very first televised British space tourist. You get it. On you get. Go.
And tonight, they touch down.
Hello and welcome to Space Cadets, a show based on such a simple set of ideas. I'm surprised it's never been tried before. All you have to do is convince 9 people they're in with a chance of going to space, convert a disused airbase in Ipswich into a convincing Russian training camp, put your 9 contestants through 20 days of training and lectures before choosing 3 of them for the actual mission, where they, along with an undercover actor, will spend 5 days orbiting Earth as Britain's first ever televised venture into space tourism in this shuttle. Sorry. Which I'm here to tell you is going precisely nowhere. It's that easy and nothing could possibly go wrong. Don't forget, if by some miracle this enterprise actually manages to hoodwink the cadets into believing they are in space, there are big cash rewards for them. So even if they're not on the moon, they should be over it. Is it going to work? We don't know. If it does, it'll be brilliant. But if it doesn't, and the Space Cadets rumble it, we'll be off the air quicker than you can say Jamie's school dinners, which is exactly what Channel 4 will play in our place. So even if there's a bit of humble pie being eaten around here, at least our kids will have a few greens on their plates. So, last night you saw all the contestants take the cosmic carrot that was dangled before them and agree to do the show. It was time they started their journey to what they thought was Russia to begin their training. Spirits were high, but would they suspect anything?
Fly me to the moon. Let me swing among stars. Let me see what spring is like on Jupiter and Mars.
It's alright, so I think 120
Russia, look at the fucking space!
Right, happy?
Baby,
Cabin,
kiss me.
cue off and take off.
Please be true. In other words,
To remove any reference to time, our newly chosen Space Cadets have had their watches removed. Now, thousands of feet above the lights of London, they are grappling with the enormity of the mission ahead of them.
Well, my mate's going to be like, oh, what are you doing? It's like some reality TV show. We're going to space. So, what do I do? Oh, I won't play for Rangers. Oh, I wish I could play for Rangers. And my space. Hey, my kid's going to go and say, oh, they're national, like my dad. Oh, no. Yeah, but not space, man. I know. My mum never had this in mind for me.
100 miles away near Ipswich, the final stages of a 3-month makeover are coming together. Hopefully in 4.5 hours' time, when the Space Cadets first land here, everything they see and hear will be Russian. Russian signs, Russian plugs, Russian litter strategically placed around the base. Russian guards, well, actors pretending to be Russian guards. It's absolutely vital that when the cadets arrive, they fully believe they're entering a military base in deepest, darkest Russia, rather than a deserted American airbase near Ipswich. Back in the clouds, the excitement is almost too much for some of the cadets.
What made me laugh is they said, yeah, you're going into space. You went, I'm going to Russia! Whoa, we're going to space. Never buy a drink. Never buy a drink. Free drinks for the rest of your life. Free drinks. Everyone you meet, can I buy you a drink? Can I buy you a drink? Yes, you can. Yes, you can.
Even our actors appear excited. Or are they just acting?
Yeah, to all those people that said I'd never be an astronaut.
Has Bill Gates been to space?
As expected on any international flight, the captain announces his planned route to the passengers. And our captain proved to be as good at lying as he was at flying.
Only about 28,000 feet, so got a nice tailwind actually up here. All bits, so that's helping speed us on our way. Currently just about to approach Scandinavia, routing to North Amsterdam over Scandinavia, and then on to the Baltic states to Volgograd.
No, I've always wanted to go to Russia. I've always wanted to go to Russia.
In reality, the private jet was taking a very different route to Russia. The journey would be in 2 parts. Taking off from Biggin Hill Airport, south of London, the plane would travel 200 miles out over the North Sea and then make a very slow, undetectable turn and come back again. 4 loops in 3.5 hours, and our cadets would be at Volgograd, a cold, dark landing strip in the south of Russia, better known as Lid Airport in Kent.
I hope the Russians get over there, and like, you know, you got to fucking move and all that lot. Or they're just pushing us all the time. I bet they had a right fucking laugh.
Back at base, our director was putting the Russian actors through their paces. Oleg, a city banker by day, would be the first person to meet them on arrival. His performance would play a vital role in convincing them they were indeed in Russia.
Just do this bit for me again and just scream your head off.
Слушай, здесь 11 человек. Их всего 12. Почему? Да какого черта ты меня опять выставляешь? Почему 12? Прием!
A team of 40 cold people were running about in the dark, rehearsing the very important arrival scene. 10 cameras will film the cadets as they take their first steps into our fake world. 15 actors, authentic Russian jeeps, a real tank, all for our cadets to encounter on their arrival. And Kelvin, the Geordie bus driver.
Pig, an absolute pig, honestly. The gears are just like so sloppy. Second and third, that's all you need. Second and third.
The most overriding thing that we're doing, the superior objective to all of it, is to create an experience for these people that is completely believable. Because if that doesn't happen, there's no point to the whole show.
Yeah, here we go. Nice and steady, rising, and action.
While the Russian rehearsals were running smoothly, our cadets were starting to ponder on the everyday practicalities of being in space.
What happens if you're in space while you're taking a dump and it flops out and it misses a little bit?
You don't actually shit a lot when you're in space because they're supposed to train you, and like you're not supposed to eat like the sort of foods that make you crap all the time because it's not good. It's not good. Those are dangerous. Yeah. So we might not shit for 5 days.
Can't believe we're having this conversation.
I just can't stop smiling. My face hurts.
Hope you've enjoyed your flight with us today. It's certainly been a pleasure having you on board.
Show your seat back to the upright position with the armrest down. Your tray tables folded away.
Hope we can perhaps be of service to you in the future. Enjoy the rest of the trip. Cheers, good day.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Russia.
That's the fastest chair here. Really?
Some of our cadets were scarily closer to the truth than they could ever imagine.
I think it's all pretend really. We're not really right or something. And you're going to go, ha ha, and I'll be like...
After 3.5 hours in the air, the first leg of the cadets' journey was over. They believed they had landed at Volgograd in western Russia. But they were really at Lid Airport in Kent. Having turned out all the floodlights on the runway and in the terminal buildings, there was nothing to suggest otherwise. The next leg of their journey was a 1-hour trip in a Sikorsky helicopter. It would take off from Lid and travel at 150 miles an hour straight to the newly formed Krymsk military base just outside Ipswich. And after 4.5 hours in the air, our cadets would actually end up only 100 miles from where their journey first began. At the base, things were kicking into 5th gear. Armourers provided imitation weapons. Costume designers issued authentic Russian military wear. Cameramen checked their equipment. And the director ran through his final rehearsal for the big arrival.
Action!
Then the call that everyone had been waiting for came through on the radio.
Roger Foxtrot, Juliet. Copy that, 10 minutes.
The helicopter is currently circling
The helicopter is coming down to land. Dave in the Jeep, it's over to you to clear the Jeep for the runway.
Months of hard work was hopefully about to pay off. When the helicopter landed, the Space Cadets would be welcomed into a Russian world where, fingers crossed, they would spend the next 3 weeks of their lives.
Good luck, everyone. Enjoy.
Action.
Well, there you have it. So far, so good, despite a few ugly murmurs of suspicion. After the break, they set foot on Russian soil for the first time. Will they be convinced by a disused military base a stone's throw from Ipswich, masquerading as a Russian space facility? It cost millions to build, but are the Space Cadets going to buy it?
Здравия желаю! Добро пожаловать на российскую военно-космическую базу Крымск. Я, подполковник ФСБ